romanticizing life. Isn't that a beautiful thing? Just wishing and hoping and wanting and yearning for something more than what is in front of you right now. But also, maybe that can be damaging. Maybe that cannot be good for you as well, because only romanticizing, maybe that means you're not living in the moment and you're hating everything that you're doing right now. According to my research, guys, I just say random things sometimes, okay? Let me talk. And this is my channel. Hello, everyone. I'm Branson. Nice to meet you. Hi, hello. How you doing? Yes. I wanted to talk about why we romanticize different lives, because I see a lot of us doing it on social media, and I see a lot of me doing it too. A lot of me. I see myself doing it too. But also, I feel like there could be some potential risks with that. But also, who knows? We'll talk about that. So the first thing is that we always imagine the benefits, but without the trade-offs. And let me tell you, but one second, because my eye is like itching. Hold on one second. Hello? Okay. See, if I was like very very like polished, I would have definitely edited that out. But I want you guys to see me because I'm human. Anyways, so yeah, it is so easy to imagine the benefits of everything that you want without the trade-offs. And when we see people that are in thriving in what they do, whether it be business, whether it be a passion, whether it be a hobby, whether it be a career, anything, those people did not just get there by doing the easiest route, by doing the thing that everybody can do in their sleep. No, they had to put in some real sacrifices for that trade-off. For example, I'll use entrepreneurs as an example. Entrepreneurs that are getting all this recognition, starting these business ventures, doing all of these great, amazing things. Well, in the beginning stages of entrepreneurship, a lot of them sacrificed their what is it called? They sacrificed their stable checks, okay? Because when you're in a normal job, by normal job, what's normal nowadays? Everything. But when you're in a job that's providing you stable, consistent income, you know at the end of the month or at the 5th or the 20th or whenever it's coming, you know that this check is going to be in my account on the 13th, on the 1st, on the 10th, whatever day it is, this check will be there. But when you're an entrepreneur, so the numbers are looking like we won't be eating for the next 3 months. Got it. But then with the beauty of that is that by the 4th month, maybe it may have been a stretch. It may have been a real struggle. But that 4th month, you could make 10 times the income that you've made in the last year, all from that singular month, because entrepreneurship is so volatile is not the word, but it's just, you never know. You never know. And I think it's so crazy too, whenever I think of businesses that are like very big and corporate, like a lot of fast food places or the supermarkets or, just shopping retail centers. Because it actually really depends on if you want that in this moment. Like, do I want a burger or do I want chicken or do I want a salad? Okay, do I want to go to the mall and get some clothes or do I want to go to the beach? And it's like your mind, literally their business, their whole money, their whole revenue stream just derives off of you saying, do I want this? Okay, I'll go do that. And then they just made a new customer, they just made some coin, and now that's that. But when you're a beginner in entrepreneurship, you're not a corporation, you're not anything like that, it can be a big trade-off of, okay, we're sacrificing a lot. Maybe you're picking up a loan, maybe you're doing a lot of things that you wouldn't have to do in a stable job. You're doing a lot more effort, 2, 3, 4 times the effort for 10 times less the income in the beginning. But once it starts to pick up, once you start to get going, oh baby, you're sad. You're sad. And I think I just use entrepreneurship as an example, but when you see people that are doing amazing and great things, there are definitely some trade-offs. And I'm not saying the trade-offs have to be anything like wild and crazy, like sacrificing something. No. But it's definitely a lot more than what meets the eye. It's definitely a lot more than the ease that people make it seem. Because, we always want to do something and make it look so easy, okay? When the singers and dancers, me included, because, I be singing and dancing. And I'm doing all this. I'm doing all this choreo, hitting this note. And then, at the end, I got a serve face. But little do they know, inside I'm like, okay. I'm just like me in a theater show. Whenever I have to do like a crazy thing on stage, I have to do a death drop on a theater show. When I tell you, I low-key hurt myself on that stage, and I just had to plop down and pretend like I was fine. I mean, I was fine. I didn't actually fracture or sprain or do anything. But I was just doing things. I literally, when the director was like, we can do something here, and I was like, I want to do a death drop. And I did it, and that was partially my fault for doing that. But did it every night, boo, for a whole week. Anyways, trade off. But the next thing is sometimes we're not craving their life, we're craving a feeling. Boom. And what I mean by that is that sometimes you see the jets, you see the many travel moments, you see all of this income, but maybe what you're craving is not their life. Maybe you're craving, you know what? I want more financial freedom in my life. Or you know what? I want more freedom to just do things I want. I don't want to be locked up from this time to this time every single day. I want to have more freedom, or I want to have more flexibility, or I want spontaneity. Like, you're not craving their entire life, but there's a certain aspect of your life maybe you want to change, and maybe you want to adapt. And that's a different lens we can think about. And I think that is a very good trait once you define it and once you say, I don't want this person's life. I don't want, like when you see a celebrity, I don't want the fame. I don't want all of this. I just want to be seen in my career field and people to respect it. I want to, it's a lot that goes into it. It's not just, I want to be this person. And as easy as it is, I think it's just easier for the mind to just say, yeah, I want their life. I want everything they have. When in reality, you don't, because we've all seen those movies. We've all seen those shows where the people, they say this about that person, they switch lives, and then they realize, yeah, no, that was not for me. And then at the end of the movie, they're both like, I just know your life was like, it was so hard. Everything you had to go through, and I just didn't know. I just didn't know that's everything you did. And they literally had to walk a mile in each other's shoes, okay? And I don't think it's also healthy to just romanticize and only crave somebody's life. Like, it's good to have inspo, okay? Because we love a good inspo board. We love a good, okay, I like this aspect, but like literally trying to copy a person. I'll never forget, literally in 17, 16, whenever Musical.ly was popping. If you know Musical.ly is basically TikTok. If you have TikTok was Musical.ly, and the name was Musical.ly, and then you used to do lip sync videos. Anyways, but I literally copied the top lip syncer at the time. Her name was Baby Ariel, and I literally copied her sounds. Like, I remember I went to down to her page on the first videos, and I was like, if I copy this formula, by the time I do every video, I'll be famous too. What was I doing? I literally thought that in my brain. If I did every single sound that Baby Ariel did, I was going to be famous. That was a time. What was I, in middle school? There was a time. You just had to be there. I'm sorry, but Musical.ly was the moment. Musical.ly was, how did this romanticizing of life video turned into me ranting about how much I love Musical.ly, and it was tea. I still have my Musical.ly like spasms. Sometimes I'm just like, like, you just had to be there, okay? Anyways, but yeah, so the next thing I wanted to say was that appreciation and ambition can exist at the same time. And I think it's so easy for people to it's so easy to go past this current stage of your life because you're wanting the next one. And I relate to this too, because for a while I was feeling like I want to have this acting thing, or I want this next project to happen, or I would like this to happen, or I want to be where these people are. I want to be where the people are. Anyways, but in reality, that just puts your actual life on pause. It puts your actual life on, like, you're not living it. It downs what you're doing right now, because you're doing amazing. You're doing great. Every day that you are stepping on your neck, not your neck, but you're stepping up, you're doing what you got to do, you're showing up. That is a day of success, and that is a day of gratitude that we should have. That is a day of commemoration. Did I say that? Am I trying to use big words? Commemoration, commencement. You know what? Rewind. That is a day of, I didn't even know the word I was going to say. But you get what I'm saying. Just every day that you're showing up for yourself, every day that you're here, it's a good one, okay? It's better. Ambition and appreciation can exist at the same time, guys. It definitely can, because don't deny and downplay everything that you've done just because you're trying to go to the next step. Because yes, we can always have that drive, because I think it's the beauty. I think it's great to have that we're working towards this. but also we can enjoy and we can appreciate what we have now and what we've done this far and what we're getting through and what we've got through and everything that we've been doing. So don't ever knock yourself down, okay? I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that the people that are actually sticking here to the end really get what I'm saying and really enjoy me talking like this, because I always think sometimes I ramble, I don't say words right. Sometimes some things I say do not make sense and you're clocking it. But also, this is real. Like, this is why my channel is the way it is, because we're just talking. So yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. I love y'all so much, and bye.